Hey everybody, it is Natalie from Power Moon Tarot. Welcome to your reading. Today's reading is the April forecast. What is ahead for you messages. And thank you for being patient with me while I get videos going again on the channel. I had a really bad cold in the month of March. I'm still getting over it. I hope everyone was able to dodge the dreaded cold of March. Beware, beware of the Ides of March, as they say. And let's go ahead and get into it and look at April forecast ahead. I have 3 piles for you to choose from. I have the pink piggy. If you're feeling this keychain, this emoji keychain, you'll choose pile number 1. For pile number 2, I have the ghost emoji. If you're feeling this keychain for the ghost emoji, you'll choose pile number 2. And for pile number 3, I have the dog, the little doggy. If you're feeling the little doggy, you'll choose pile number 3 emoji, keychain emoji. So I'll drop those links in the description box below. There may be more than one message for you in multiple piles. So if you're feeling drawn to multiple piles, that's okay. You can check them out. No harm, no foul in that. And I'm going to go ahead and ring the bell and we'll begin with pile number 1. Pile number 1, welcome to your reading. You chose the pink piggy emoji. And today's reading is an April forecast message for you. We're going to look at what energy is coming ahead for you. Spirits, angels, and guides, please connect me to the energy of pile number 1, who comes here with an open heart and an open mind, seeking your guidance. Thank you for allowing me to be the medium and the channel. Let's go ahead and get into it. Pile number 1. We have Heron and Patience. Create a place in nature's stillness and be renewed. Take time alone to find balance. Step confidently towards your purpose. Patience will bring you rewards. Now, there's going to be a lot of Aries energy in the month of April. As we know, April is a pretty heavy Aries month. Most of the month is reserved for our Aries birthdays until later in the month when we hit Taurus and Mercury, Saturn, what else am I missing? Neptune, the sun in Aries. There's going to be like 4 planets in Aries and coming in Mars and Aries too. I'm forgetting Mars and Aries. And so there may be a lot of people that are very impatient and want things now, go, 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 hurry, 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 getting frustrated, not having patience, not playing it chill, not playing it cool. I feel pile number 1, you're a very colorful, calm, and balanced alternative to that energy. Okay, some of you here may be bringing in the Venusian energy, the balancing energy of cooperation, connection, teamwork, bringing in beauty. For those of my artists that are watching this pile, if you're any type of an artist or creative, you may be bringing in beautiful colors, beautiful music, beautiful drawings, etc. Things that can calm people down and things that can help people slow the hell down. Because I do feel like April is going to be heavy, heavy. We're going to have so many planets in Aries. They're all going to be crowding the Saturn-Neptune conjunction in Aries as well. So it's just going to be kind of full on Aries, and yeah, people are not going to be at their most patient or at their most loving, perhaps. So look to pile number 1 to be the guide. We have 6 of Wands. Ooh, I love that. Strong and in your power. Just because you're patient, just because you're cute and cuddly doesn't mean that you're not fierce and that you don't know how to stand in your power. Ooh, we've got the Empress. Yes, like I said, bringing the Venusian energy for sure. Especially for my Tauruses who happen to be catching this pile and you're having a birthday in late April, welcome to your reading. You are shining. You are beautiful. I feel in April, some of you may be getting a new wardrobe. You may be getting a new haircut. You may be having a new skincare routine. You may be having like a little beauty procedure this morning. I was thinking, man, it's been a while since I've had a facial. I kind of want to have a facial. I noticed a couple little red spots on my face this morning, and I was thinking, oh man, I need a facial. So it kind of fits pile number one. We're in it together, right? Pile number one. And the Empress is very much about bringing together those beautiful, bountiful energies. And, you know, somebody is noticing you because you are looking very attractive. And in a sea of, you know, stressed out, exhausted, hypervigilant, angry and frustrated people, you're looking pretty chill, pile number one. And, you know, there's somebody who is crushing. I feel the Six of Wands energy getting noticed. I feel somebody is, I spy the Empress. Okay. And, you know, and also I feel like for those of you that are waiting for someone to call you back or propose a date or, you know, go out or extend an invitation, I do feel like that invitation is coming. Perhaps some of you have been very patient for that, and you've been like, Natalie, I've been very patient. I've been waiting to hear back. And, you know, all of a sudden, this person's feeling very confident, and they're like, yep, they want to reach out to you, pile number one. They want to see you or spend time with you or spend time admiring the beauty that is you. So, I mean, hello, pile number one. That's beautiful. We have Judgment card here. I mean, there's a real energy of treat me with the respect I deserve. I may look nice. I may look cute. I may look cuddly, but treat me with the respect I deserve or else. Okay. Or else, right? With the Judgment card. And that's a big, you know, or else kind of a, and you have two major arcana cards here too, which just indicates April is going to be a big month for you. And I do feel like you're gaining your confidence back. A part of you that you feel like died, and a part of you that you feel like you lost. If you've just been like, Natalie, I haven't been feeling beautiful. I haven't been feeling lovely. I haven't been feeling confident. A part of you that has been kind of buried and taken underground, I feel like is going to be awakened and released in the month of April. Okay. And some of you may be like purging your closets, upgrading your wardrobes, you know, doing a totally new look, a totally new haircut. For those of you that are in the beauty industry yourself and you have a lot of clients, I do feel like you're getting noticed quite a bit, or you're being really, your business or your skills are being very highlighted. But I also feel like there could be customers or clients that are falling back, or you're just inheriting new ones, like the old is getting replaced by the new. And with Judgment here, there could be a clearing out, just kind of a clearing out of people that don't make you feel your best and don't really like make you feel like a queen on your throne. Okay, pile number one. So I really do feel that energy of kind of cleaning out the riffraff is here for you as well. In the month of April, we have I am a pioneer. Independent and self-sufficiency are necessities. You are extremely capable in life and work and aren't afraid to make big risks to achieve the life you desire. Yep, that's right. This, you know, recognize my value, my worth, notice me or I'm out type of energy. Okay. And the month of April could also see people kind of mysteriously returning from the dead. That means you had filed them under the category of jerk, loser, problematic, etc. And then all of a sudden, they want something that the Empress has. They want a piece of the Empress. Okay. And, but I also feel like, you know, you're not waiting around either. You're patient when it comes to creating your goals and finding balance with working and relaxing and being on stage or being noticed or things like that. But You aren't afraid to take a big risk if you're not being honored, is what I feel. Okay. Pile number 1, show us how it's done. We have healer. Oh my God. Some of you may be running into a very gorgeous, beautiful healer, or maybe you are a very gorgeous, beautiful healer. But I mean, Empress could be like epic spa day, day where you treat yourself. Do you guys remember that show Parks and Rec from back in the day, where they're like, treat yourself, treat yourself. I love that. They had a whole day where they just like treated themselves. And yeah, and I feel some of you could be saying, you know, I need to spend some time like healing myself, working on myself, self-improvement, taking care of myself. Even if it's just, even if you don't have all the money in the world to be doing all the different spa treatments, you know, you could always do like a 99-cent facial mask, you know, that type of thing. And it could be very healing and very, very sweet. I also feel some of you, you may be changing your eye or doing, some of you could be getting colored contacts. Some of you could be getting a beauty procedure around the skin of your eye. Some of you could be changing your eyeliner, or the way that you wear your makeup is also something that I'm getting here. Or you're realizing that you really need to take care of your eyes. I am feeling something about that too. Pile number 1. We have trust. Oh my gosh. Look at that trust. And look at the hands over. Look at those hands joined together. And there is something here I feel too. I'm getting like an energy of having very soft skin, or someone being very nice to the touch. And maybe in the past with judgment here, it was very hard to trust because people did keep secrets from you, and you dealt with a lot of, you know, narcissistic liars and things like that. Pile number 1, people who are very egotistical. But I feel like, you know, part of your healing journey is trust, learning to trust again here. Okay. Yeah. Trust and true love. Oh my God. Wow. Huge messages for the month of April. Okay. I am getting something. I'm like, where did my wand go? Where did my magic wand go? You guys, this is crazy because I'm like, where'd it go? Because I really love to use it when I'm reading. I got to work on finding that. But anyway, I'm getting something about the fact that you're willing to drop somebody who, in the month of April, especially for singles, you could be willing to drop somebody from your life who just isn't, you know, working. It's just not working anymore. You're like, you know what? I'm going to just give this thing up. I'm going to work on myself, work on my healing, work on trusting again, be patient for the right person to come into my life. And if it's not the right person, I'm not going to be afraid to kick that person out the door. Okay. So I do feel, some of you have been through a lot when it comes to trust and love and relationships, even perhaps with cheaters, liars, etc., users. And, you know, learning to trust and love again is something that I feel you guys are working on. Like you're starting to really work on that in the month of April. Brilliance. You discover your own genius by breaking away from the grind. Yeah, Empress, right? And it said, take time alone to find balance, and patience will bring you rewards. You take time away from the grind to follow your own inspiration. Your ideas bring recognition. Yeah, the 6 of Wands is a card of recognition and reward. It represents the energy of Jupiter and Leo. Okay, and so it is about stepping into that role where you can really get the benefits of, you know, being confident in who you are. You gain benefit from being confident in who you are. And then this whole thing of the Empress, of needing to break away from the grind to really embrace that self-care, to find those earth-shattering judgment energy, those groundbreaking earth-shattering ideas. Very interesting. And we have here, and it says you discover your own genius, which is interesting because Uranus is going into Gemini for the next, to stay for the next 7 years at the end of April. So, I mean, new ideas, new light bulb moments coming in for you guys. We have full moon in Cancer. A personal issue reaches resolution. Yeah. And you're healed. I feel like there's something, an emotional issue that you're healing, that you are healing within yourself, or you're really working, or perhaps there's been a big healing journey with a personal issue. And for some of you, I feel like it has to do with trust. This could be trust in friendships, family relationships, love relationships. Spirit has really just been showing you and giving you a big wake-up call to what is true in your life and what is false in your life, and what you should trust and what you need to close the chapter on. Okay, I feel like this is really going on, and you're really understanding your emotions around this, and you're getting healing around it. And I think it's going to open you up to find better, is what I feel. Pile number 1. We have leopard skin jasper and silence. And you know what? There's a reference here to taking time alone in nature's stillness, and the Empress. Yeah, I could really see sitting, you know, by your favorite window, taking a deep breath, sipping on some tea, looking out at the beauty, seeing a butterfly land on the tree next to you, writing in your journal, right? Just engaging with the silence. The totem atom, because April's going to be really fast and furious. So I think, you know, stepping back into silence is a good idea. It says the totem animal for this gemstone is the leopard. Wow, bringing that leopard energy, pile number 1. And that's judgment. I feel judgment, very much that judgment leopard energy. Leopards, when stalking their prey, are focused and silent. Real gangsters move in silence, as we know. Pile number 1, as we motherfucking know, my friends. And leopard skin jasper encourages you to do the same. Silence has strength. Work on your goal, but keep quiet about it until it's ready to be shown to the world. Yeah, the 6 of Wands is, you know, when it's really ready to be shown to the world. Revealing something too soon will dissipate its energy. Keep it sacred by keeping it a secret for now. Okay? It's your affirmation is, I'm quiet, I am humble, I don't need the approval of others to validate my efforts and my worth. Wonderful. Okay, and you will be recognized, I feel, in the month of April. And some of you maybe have really been working on this skill of kind of keeping things to yourself and then putting it on full blast when it's ready. And it may shock some people. I got to be straight up with you, pile number 1. It may shock some people. We have Moon Venus. Oh my God, it doesn't surprise me to see. And look at the colors on your guys's, on the heron. The heron is a bird. It's usually by the water, which is very pretty. But look at the colors. Aren't they kind of the same? That pretty color. And the Moon Venus energy. Oh, yeah. And I've been talking about Venusian energy your whole reading, right? And that feeling of being, you know, not just attracted to someone, but also emotionally connected to someone and feeling like you can trust them, right? Because there's always that initial attraction, and some people can seduce us in that moment. But the real, you know, the real meat and potatoes of it is, can I trust this person with my innermost feelings? All right. Full moon in Cancer. Can I trust this person with my innermost feelings? And can I be soft, sensitive, and dreamy with this person and really, really trust them? you know? And sometimes under judgment, we have revelations about that. We have tests about that. We have deep thoughts about that. But Moon Venus is where, you know, we are feeling very beautiful in that feminine energy, for sure. So pile number one, that is what I have for you, my friends. And I hope that that reading resonated for you for your month of April messages. And bon appetit, pile number one. Enjoy April. Would love to hear your thoughts and feelings on the reading. Take care. Let's move on to pile number two. Pile number two, welcome to your reading. You chose the ghost emoji. In today's reading, our April forecast messages. What is ahead for you in the month of April? Let's go ahead and see, my friends. Anchor in, pile number two. Here we go. Frog, prosperity. Let go of the past and embrace change. Opportunities are close at hand. Hop into this new day with joy. Abundance and good fortune await you. Ooh, curious, interested. I see this, I feel like these frogs are you, like looking in multiple directions. Like, what about this? What about that? Da, da, da. And kind of like looking at things from multiple perspectives. You know, we're going to, in the month of April, we're going to have 4 or 5 planets in the sign of Aries. And so it is a good time to let go of the past and embrace where we're going forward, right? And there's a natural square in the zodiac between Aries and Cancer. Cancer is more focused on the past, and Aries is more focused on what's happening today, right now, in the present moment, and how can we move forward, right? And these 3 frogs are interesting to me because one's looking to the past, one's looking to the present, and one's looking to the future. Okay, so you definitely kind of have this kind of energy of looking back in the present and looking forward. But there's this aspect of letting go of the past and just kind of sticking in the present moment because opportunities are close at hand. Like the frog, hop into this new day. Okay, isn't that exciting? Hop into this new day. We have 5 of Swords. Okay, interesting. We have the World card here, and we have the Knight of Cups. Okay. So in the past, pile number 2, this is where I feel like some of these past energies are coming through. So past, present, future, I feel like it's also kind of like showing up here. All right. And what I feel in the past is that pile number 2, did you ever feel like there were certain people that kind of quote unquote got off on seeing you struggle or limiting your opportunities or kind of like not being there when you needed them or being very cruel or just having lopsided moments of harshness with people? You know, the 5 of Swords can be like where we're getting kind of dragged down into other people's insecurities, into their dramas, into their games. And it can because it's the swords, it can be a lot of like head games going on. And I think your position in the past, maybe you didn't see it because I feel you're more this figure here that's facing away. So perhaps in the past, you didn't see the way someone was doing this to you. And now I feel like you're older. The thing is, in the present moment, and this could have been when you were younger, pile number 2, okay? And, you know, in the month of April, there is something about you that is ready to close out or sees this lesson for fully what it is. and has gained like a lot of awareness about the world and has really closed the chapter on this, is really ready to just close the chapter on this lesson and move forward. And I feel like there could have been some bitterness or some like, whoa, like looking at it in the past because you're like, geez, why didn't I see it? Look at how the frog's eye is like very, very open now. Very, very open. You see what was done in the past. You see when that friend subtly undermined you with those comments. And you know what? No shit, they'd been doing it all along. Or you see where that family member was talking behind your back or mocking you or laughing behind your back. And you're like, I just didn't see it at the time. I just didn't see it, you know? And now I feel like you're wide awake and you see it. And perhaps at the time you didn't know why you felt bad about something that was said, but you just knew like energy wasn't great, but you weren't really clear. Look at the way the clouds are zigzagging in the sky. You would have flashes of insight, but you weren't totally seeing what was happening in the past. I feel now your eyes are way open to that and you're like, Natalie, I would never let somebody speak to me in that fashion anymore. I was younger then. I didn't know, okay? And perhaps some of you, it was at work with a boss who talked to you in a way that was very inappropriate. You know, somebody who just, you know, was quote unquote playing with you, I feel like, with the things that and they could have been snide little comments, okay? And I feel like at the time, like I said, you didn't see it, but now you're older, you see it, okay? And you're like, I've learned lessons. Now I'm older in my life. I'm not going to be played like that. You know, my past taught me a lot and I learned a lot from it, but I would never like want to, I guess, and maybe there's an aspect of you where you're like, you know what? Sometimes I've wanted to go back and like teach that person a lesson, or sometimes I've wondered, you know, if that person ever got their karma or something like that. And, you know, maybe there's a question of like, what could be done now, you know, now that time has moved forward and you're in the present moment. But I feel the majority of you in this pile, I feel like, are like, Natalie, lesson learned. You know what? Lesson learned. And I got it. And I'm not gonna like, I see it. I see it for what it was, but I'm not gonna let it bother me. I'm going to close that chapter, okay, is what I feel. And I feel like you're too mature and you're too wise and you're too like well-adjusted in where you are now to kind of like get drawn into that pettiness ever again, or to let somebody take pettiness out on you again. Like you're just like, I won't have a part of it, which I won't lower myself, which I feel like is a very good energy for you, pile number 2, where you're in this energy of I won't lower myself to that. I'm really feeling the lion here. I'm feeling that protective energy. You know, some of you may be very drawn to cats, or, you know, you may have a cat at home, or you may have Leo in your chart, but I'm feeling a very protective, like animal totem cat energy around you as well. I'm also feeling a strong sense of pride and structure around the person that you are today, okay? I also feel you're very keenly observant of human behavior now, pile number 2, okay? And the thing is you're not going to easily be drawn into any kind of foolishness, all right? And there is opportunity, I feel like, moving forward. I feel like actually some of you with this Knight of Cups, somebody may be giving you an apology or offering an apology in the month of April, okay? Some of you may have distanced yourself from certain situations or certain people, and you've just been doing your own thing. And I do kind of feel an energy of an apology that could be coming your way as well. Pile number 2. I got to be completely honest. Or just a recognition that you didn't allow yourself, like you were handled yourself in a very mature manner, and someone finds that very attractive, is what I feel. Okay. And I feel like you're looking for emotional maturity, depth of connection, sincerity. Like these are some things that you're looking for. I feel like in all your interactions with people, whether it is, work, friends, lovers, etc. Okay. And let's go ahead and see what else we have here too. We have I am wealthy. And this prosperity energy is really showing up here too. Okay. And with the World card, that is a good energy as well for accomplishments and wealth and accomplishing things in the material reality. You are on the cusp of a prosperous and abundant spiritual life. You will find numerous opportunities for success and achievement, all which bring financial and material abundance into your life. I am wealthy. Okay, well, month of April, pile number 2, focusing on contracts, agreements. With the World card, that can often talk about signing contracts and agreements. You are very good at spotting if somebody is trying to take advantage of somebody else in the fine print, or finding fraud or scams or things like that. I feel pile number 2, you're very, very good at that. And you really want to help people. I feel like with this Knight of Cups, you really want to help others, like see where things could be better. I feel like too. Okay. Because of your past, I feel like you are very good at identifying when something is a scam, when a contract doesn't read correctly, when the fine print sucks. I feel like you are very good at calling that out or saying that that doesn't make sense. Okay. And you're very good at protecting your interest in something as well, is what I feel. You're very good at protecting your interest in it. And we have home here, home, and this is coming out under the World card. All right. And some of you could be beautifying your home. You could be upgrading your home. All right. In the past, maybe people had made snide or rude comments about your home or where you lived. Okay. Or somebody did make a comment like that and they come with an apology. Okay. But we see home here. And maybe some of you with this Knight of Cups, you are kind of a homebody, or you do like, and even in the world versus home, right? If I go out into the world, I'm going to be greeted by all these kinds of different personalities, and some of them suck. But you know what? My income depends on it. I have to go out into the world and meet people for commerce anyway. And with this Knight of Cups, I feel like, hey, I'm going to keep an open mind. I'm going to keep an open mind when I'm meeting people or talking to people. Yes, my spidey sense is going to be out there, like feeling things out, but I am going to keep an open mind. All right. And some of you may be doing, buying a new decoration for your home, cleaning your house, making your house beautiful, redecorating, rearranging your furniture. Like, some of you may have been saving up to go buy a house or a condo. Okay. and you're looking at the agreement and you don't like it, or you're trying to sell your house or your condo and somebody's coming to the table with crap that doesn't make sense. Okay, I feel like you're going to get an offer with this Knight of Cups. All right, that is better or more than fair. All right, for those of you that are trying to negotiate or do something with your home. All right, or there's wealth in your home and you're trying to figure out what you want to do with it. Okay, and some of you, especially for those of you who have inheritance issues, family issues, inheritance issues with a home where there is wealth tied into a home and you're needing to negotiate with family members, and those icky kind of undercutting dynamics could be coming up again. Five of Swords. Okay, I feel like someone is going to apologize to you or is going to bring an offer to you. Pile number 2. Okay, we have not over here. Ooh, and that's kind of sexy. Look at that. Look at that chest and the muscles, and not over, not over. Ooh, okay, not over. Okay, and regrets. Yep, I said somebody's going to bring you an apology. It's somebody is not wanting you to distance or walk away. Somebody is having regrets about how a conversation went with you. A very loaded conversation is what I'm getting. Okay, and some of you could be dealing with financial issues, solving financial issues that are around the home, and you know, somebody is having regret about the way they acted or the way that they talked to you. Okay, there's regrets and there's something that's not over yet. Okay, and the thing is the World card is when something is over. So I think, you know, you in your mind, something is over and you're wanting to move on from something emotionally and move forward. Okay. But there's somebody who is not over what was said and has regrets about the way that it went down. So pile number 2, what's going on with that? Okay. Independence. Look at the cat. Oh my God, you guys, I mentioned the cat. I was just talking earlier about the Leo energy and the cat and having cats. And look, here's a cat showing up in your reading. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you for being so cute with us. Okay. It's time to go out on your own and create your own business or try something well outside your comfort zone. Okay. And this is the card of independence. And I love this cat's expression because side eye, massive side eye. All right. And for those of you that feel that you've been getting jerked around in the workplace or just weird conversations, weird energy, massive side eye. And I feel like in the month of April, you're a little bit snobbish, pile number 2, but that's okay. You're like, I have my independence. I know who I am. I know what I want. I know where my heart is leading me. Knight of Cups. I know where my heart is leading me. And I'm not putting up with tomfoolery, okay? I know where my heart is leading me. I'm independent. Yes, I am that bitch. And get out of my way. I'll side-eye the hell out of you, okay? And some of you may have a very penetrating gaze, or I'm getting scorpionic energy in this pile as well. For those of you that are Leo, Scorpio, scorpionic energy, some of you here may have very strong eyes or a very strong gaze. And when it comes to wealth, you're looking at, you know, wanting to fund your independence and wanting to have a safe and efficient and nice home. It doesn't have to be like, you know, the World card is represented by Saturn. So it doesn't have to be like the most fancy home in the entire world, but it's your home. It's your place. It's your money. It's your time. It's your effort. Okay. And so, yeah. And I feel a lot of you are saying, I am very like, I want to be independent. And it's great that somebody may have regrets or think that something isn't over. But I'm sick of looking at the past. I'm ready to like move on from that. Okay. Yep. Conclusions are within reach. Full moon eclipse. Conclusions are within reach. Yeah. So that's why we can't go back to the past anymore. That's why we're looking forward. The Knight of Cups is facing to the right. He's looking forward to the future. You're looking forward to the future. Knight of Cups could be masculine or feminine, but the Knight of Cups is looking forward to the future. Conclusions are within reach. It's over. Issues around home, wealth, inheritances, money, undercutting shitty things that people have said and done, people who are feeling guilty and regretful and don't want the energy to end, okay, coming through with an offer. I don't know though. I feel you're very suspicious about any kind of offer. You're like, that's nice, but I am going to retain my independence in this situation, and I'm going to go ahead and close this chapter and be done with it. Okay. And we have harmony. Ooh, this is Amazonite, beautiful stone. And the blue-green color in Amazonite combines the throat and heart chakra. Yep, the Knight of Cups is really the heart chakra. The Five of Swords can be the throat chakra. You know, where we didn't speak up in the past, okay, type thing. But the Amazonite is promoting you to communicate from the heart and speak in a loving way. Amazonite brings balance, harmony, and the ability to see both sides of an issue. Okay, it keeps strife at bay by helping you to focus on kindness rather than proving your point. Now, sometimes like with the Five of Swords, it's not always people being the bitch to us. Sometimes we can be a bitch too, you know? And I know I've been in the past for sure, pile number 2. Like, I mean, I've definitely had my days. And so, you know, kind of like, I feel there could be with this eye on the frog, I feel there could be kind of a surprising bitch moment that comes out of nowhere. It could come from you. It could come from someone else. But I feel like with the World card here, we squash it and we move forward. Okay. And there's an apology that comes from the heart. And if you happen to have a bitch moment where you're like, oh, I said something, I wish I could take that back. You can always extend an olive branch or give a sorry. And it says, I am a calm and harmonious person. I speak words that are kind, supportive, and loving. Yeah, and that's the Knight of Cups. And, you know, even if other people are being very cutting and very verbose and very rude behavior, you can be very kind, supportive, and loving in your interactions with others, okay? And I feel there is someone that's missing you because it's a cruel world out there, pile number 2. And there's a lot of people out there that are willing to fight to the death to prove their point and throw others under the bus. There's just a lot of everyday nastiness happening out in the world. And I feel like you have such a good heart. You're so calm and loving and connected. And, you know, when you're done or when you're like quietly closing a chapter on something, people do miss you and they do regret like what they said or the way that they treated you. I feel pile number 2. We have Jupiter Chiron coming in at the end here. And we see ways to be generous, loving, giving, and supportive, especially to people who are hurt, you know, and, you know, maybe some of you do in the month of April, you do witness somebody else kind of being torn down or being hurt and, you know, verbally, or that I feel it's more verbal because of the swords. And at the time you weren't involved or you stayed out of it, but I kind of feel you're going to that person and saying, I'm so sorry that happened to you, you know, boy, that was tough, you know, here, take this, it's going to be okay, or someone does that to you, it's an act of generosity that that heals a wound, is what I feel. Okay. And so I feel that strongly coming through in your reading. Also, Jupiter is a planet of abundance, and we do have prosperity and wealth showing up for the month of April for you too. So things that were maybe like you were having a hard time solving a problem or getting a handle on when it came to wealth, gratitude, money, issues like that, I do feel like there's a healing and a generous offer that comes through for you in the month of April. So pile number 2, that is what I am getting for you, my lovies. And I hope that that reading resonated for you. Wishing you all the very best and take care. Let's move on to pile number 3. Okay. Pile number 3, welcome to your reading. You chose the cute little dog. And today's reading is called April Forecast, What is Ahead Messages. So let's go ahead and anchor into the energy. Spirits, angels, and guides, please connect me to the energy of pile number 3, who comes here with an open heart and an open mind, seeking your guidance. Thank you for allowing me to be the medium in the channel. Thank you so much. Okay. Ooh, eagle, look at you. Eagle eye, pile number 3, mystery. You are the detective of the universe, pile number 3, in the month of April. You are on a spiritual journey beyond the sky. Let go of the past and soar. You are guided by the winds of spirit. Your wisdom inspires the world. Eagle eye. Ooh, I love it. Fierce, knowledgeable, soaring to new heights. Okay, we have this mastery. Mastery. It's funny because I was reading it as mystery earlier, and I feel like you guys are the true crime detectives of the month of April. Okay, and I see you really zeroing in on something and focusing in on something and getting a lot of clarity on things that were maybe confusing or mysterious to you before. Nope, not in the month of April. You got it. You got the message. You're on it. Okay? You're mastering something. We have 4 of Swords. Okay? We have King of Cups. And we have, ooh, King of Wands. Interesting. Okay. Well, so in the month of April, I do feel like, you know, sleep and rest is going to be important to you, but I also feel some of you may be having some very prophetic dreams. I do feel that you know, you're wanting to be in a space of being calm and peaceful and not letting the world's problems get to you. And some of you may feel kind of like, leave me alone, or especially if a lot of people are coming to you or kind of bothering you, you're like, I need my space, I need my time. But I feel like mentally you're balanced and mentally you're meditating. And some of you may really be doing like a meditative practice in the month of April. I feel your reading is very spiritual, pile number 3. The other piles were, I mean, every reading is spiritual, but I feel yours is really, really spiritual is what I'm getting at. Okay. And I feel also with these 2 kings, I feel an energy of collaboration and understanding happening in the month of April. I feel you're more of the King of Cups. Okay. And but I feel you're kind of stepping into a King of Wands role. Now, what I see here is I see that, you know, you don't like to get on people's cases, pile number 2 or pile number 3. You don't like to get on people's cases. You're very understanding of others. You know, you are very like adjustable and adaptable to the energy around you. You, as like when you're in leadership roles, you come across as very intuitive, emotional, and caring and creative, but also I feel like a sense of practicalness about you as well. Pile number 3. Okay. But I kind of feel you're stepping into a King of Wands role. And it could be that somebody kind of triggers you into it. Now, it could be that, okay, I'm getting a couple situations. All right. And for some of you, this might be a work situation where you are very chill. You respect, you know, that people need to take time off for their mental health. You respect that people need proper breaks and rest. You respect that, you know, and I feel like the King of Wands is maybe like demanding of more results or demanding things faster or quicker. Okay. And I feel like you guys are kind of in a space of, um, like people, you know, there is such a thing as work-life balance. There is such a thing as mental health. There is such a thing of not writing people to the depths of hell. Okay. There is such a thing as, letting people do their own thing and not like constantly bossing people or kind of like being over people or telling people what to do. Okay. And I kind of feel some of you may be, a little bit of a clash with someone who it's not I don't feel, it's just different styles. With the 4 of Swords here, I feel like it's not like you guys are in an all-out battle. If I saw the Tower or, you know, the 5 of Swords or something like that, I'd be like, whoa, okay, we've got a real clash of the Titans here, you know? I don't really feel it's like that. I feel like your style is just different than someone else, okay? And this can be in families too. Like, you know, the way that you treat your kids, you give them a lot of leeway, you allow them to kind of make their decisions, you respect that everyone's different, but you have a sibling that is very like demanding and commanding over their children. And they're like, why aren't you like more firm, you know, why aren't you giving it to them more type thing? It could be that kind of energy. The thing to remember is to not get stressed about if you run into anybody, because I feel you and another person are kind of having this dynamic. I want to point out 2 things, pile number 3. There are things that you and this person can learn from each other. Okay. There's, you know, easygoing, respecting, you know, letting people carve their own path and choose their own way and being kind of more loosey-goosey with things. And then there's like, get to business. I need actions. I need results. Accountable, 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 which might be more of the King of Wands. Okay. Low tolerance for boredom, King of Wands. King of Cups, kind of more floating in just kind of more chill and laid back and letting things happen day to day and not getting so stressed out by everything. Okay, so I feel there's like 2 conflicting personalities. It's not conflicting in a horrible way, but you can learn something from this person and they can learn something from you. Now, maybe you're the King of Wands and you're like, no, Natalie, I'm more of the da-da-da-da-da type of person. And my sister or my brother is like, whatever, whatever. And, or me and another manager at work, you know, we just are different personalities. Okay. It could be you and a partner, you and a friend, okay? There's different ways of like seeing things and handling things and looking at things. I like it because you're facing each other. Now, if you were turned away from each other like that, I'd say, okay, not listening, not getting the point, closed off, you know, but you're facing each other. So you're willing to talk, you're willing to come together. And it actually goes much better. For those of you that need to have an important talk with somebody in the month of April, I feel like, you know, you come to a good resting point in the dialogue, and it's like, okay, I don't know why I just got beggars can't be choosers. So maybe there's a lack of resources or something going on. And it's like, okay, we have to deal with what we have here. But I also kind of feel like it's not like, you know, you and this person aren't erupting into World War III, contrary to, you know, what's going on in the rest of the world, pile number 3. You guys know what I mean. It's not that, okay? And one thing I need you guys to realize, pile number 3, with this mastery and this eagle, one thing I need you to realize is that you are, if you were like, I don't know if I'm on the, like, this person is always trying to come over me and we're on the same level, okay? And this could be a peer relationship too, where you and this person are actually a peer. We're on the same level, but it feels like this person's always trying to come over the top of me, okay? And I feel like Spirit is saying, you know just as much as they do. You are a king in your own right as well. You and this person, you have different personalities, you have different ways of flowing with it and going with it, and different ways of approaching things, but you're at the same mastery, level of mastery, okay? You're both kings. You're both coming through as kings. So that's the other message I'm going to give you, pile number 3, is don't let anybody make you feel that your contributions aren't valid, or that you're not bringing anything to the table, or that you're not on their level, or that, you know, don't feel that way at all. I feel like you've reached a point where you are standing in your own mastery too. You do it a different way than this person. That's fine, you know? So I'm kind of getting that energy here. This could be the energy of 2 fathers meeting, 2 guys meeting for the first time. You know, some of you could be introducing your partner to your dad for the first time, and they get along. I can see them kind of smiling at each other, but they're also recognizing that they're different. And I feel like you guys are like, I'm just going to stay out of it, Natalie. I'm not going to, like, you know, I'm just going to let them kind of hash it out, right? And I think that's a wise move. If you're like, okay, I'm going to introduce my guy to my dad, or I'm going to, you know, or my 2 sons, you know, for those of you that have kids, my 2 sons are both, you know, kings in their own right, in their own mindsets. And, you know, sometimes they don't see eye to eye, and sometimes they fight. But you know what? Keep me out of it. All right. Don't let me get it. Don't bring me into it. You 2 work it out. Because if I have to get involved in it, I'm going to be upset. Okay. Like that type of energy. So I am feeling that type of stuff. And it could be where like 2 people are talking at a party, or 2 people are listening and not really like totally gelling completely, but there's no one else really around to talk to. So it's kind of maybe a little bit boring of a conversation, maybe. Anyway, pile number 3. Okay. And for those of you that are like dating, and you know, you're meeting somebody, I feel like you're wanting to take it easy and wanting to take a chill, and this other person is like really high energy and wanting to like go now, or wanting to like jump into things right away. Okay. And so There's a dynamic with the Four of Swords of just kind of letting things, like having a peaceful truce between two people. Hey, we're different. Hey, but we respect each other type thing. Okay. I am diplomatic. Exactly. 2. And it's the number 2. How funny is that? And we're literally talking about 2 kings here. All right. And you have a great talent for finding solutions. Your intuitive and unbiased nature allows you to see all sides of any situation. Yeah, I feel you guys are the King of Cups. That's the King of Cups. You have a great talent for finding solutions. Your intuitive and unbiased nature allow you to see all sides of any situation and advise others towards the most fair and beneficial outcome. I am diplomatic. Yeah, that's the King of Cups. So, you know, if this energy has been like latent in you and you haven't really been using this energy, I feel like it's gonna come on board in April, because April's a much more dynamic month and it's very fiery, King of Wands, and people are gonna be seeking you for this intuitive, unbiased take on things where all sides of the coin are basically seen. Okay. And we have soulmate. Oh my God. Wow. Interesting. Soulmate. And again, look at the hearts. They're reversed on each other. So yeah, we're facing each other. We're talking to each other. We're relating to each other. But we're not fighting, but we are different, okay? And so there's that energy coming up. Wow, soulmate, okay. And we have hurt, okay? And we have reunion, yes, okay. So, you know, somebody may have more of a bossy, aggressive style to them, or more of a, you know, demanding attitude at times. I don't think they meant to hurt anyone's feelings. I think it might just be, you know, with the Four of Swords here, they may just not be aware of it sometimes. I feel you guys really have mastery over like emotional IQ, spiritual issues, human behavior, seeing why people do what they do. And some people just may not kind of realize, I feel like with the Four of Swords, that it's like they didn't mean to hurt anybody's feelings or do anything wrong. Okay. And, you know, you can see if somebody was hurt in a situation, and look at these 2. Look again, there's 2 on this card. We have 2 here. We've got 2 here. We have soulmate here and 2 kings here. So it's like, I feel there is something squashed or put to bed. And it's like, okay, we understand each other. We're not going to fight anymore. You know, the Four of Swords can definitely be like a truce, like waving my white flag. It's a truce. Okay. I'm sorry. You're sorry. Let's kind of talk about what hurt our feelings without getting our feelings ruffled. I feel the King of Wands is more like, let's just move on from it. And the King of Cups is more like, let's talk about like why. I feel the King of Wands is wanting the reunion, and the King of Cups may still feel a little bit hurt. Okay. But I feel like you two are able to talk about it. So for those of you that are in committed relationships, this could really be an energy that's coming through for April where, okay, one is more easily hurt. One is more, let's just move past it. But there is an important energy of needing to get feelings out and discuss about it. But then I do feel there's that reunion there. So that's beautiful. We have here magic. You have the power now. Use your magic to attract what you want into your life. The sky is the limit. Yeah, the mastery card and the eagle. You're going on a journey beyond the sky. The sky is the limit. Well, that's kind of funny because that's contradictory, isn't it? The sky is the limit and you're going beyond the sky. Magic, right? And so definitely some magical energy coming through in your reading as well. And you have the power to use your magic right now. Pile number 3 in the month of April. And sometimes in the universe, we have to take action now. That's the King of Wands, because the King of Wands can really bring that wisdom of use it or lose it type thing. And so, yeah, like I said, I feel you and this person, you do have things to learn from each other, right? Act now, right? That type of thing. We have the answer. Ooh, the full moon in Gemini, the twins, the 2, okay? The duality, the dual energy. The answers you need are coming. And I was talking about siblings as well in this reading. So for some of you, if you have kids, it could be, you know, your 2 children. For some of you, you could have a sibling and, you know, you're just different people. And at times you've said things without really understanding that have kind of hurt each other's feelings. And, you know, now you're going to talk about it type thing. But we, we have a full moon in Gemini. The answers you need are coming. I love that. The answers you need are coming. You know, like why around this hurt, I feel is really what the issue is. I know we care about each other. I know we like see each other and understand each other. You know, but why did you say that thing? And in the sign of Gemini, right? Speaking, talking, verbal, like, hey, I just want to know, like, I finally want to put this issue to rest. 4 of Swords, like, I feel the answers you need are coming. And I feel somebody like, explaining themselves, kind of explaining what happened here. We have focus. Wow. And that's really resonating with this eagle energy here. Eagles are known for their focus and their mastery with focusing and that eagle eye vision. Okay. And maybe sometimes with the King of Cups, that can be an area because the King of Cups is so versatile and good at like doing multiple things. But maybe sometimes focus is a challenge. Okay. And maybe sometimes issues get ignored for a Swords instead of like focusing on issues and talking about them. Full moon in Gemini. Okay. So do you get distracted or have difficulty paying attention? Fluorite releases scattered energies and promotes order and focus. Yeah. It stimulates the intellect and enhances mental concentration. Thank God that Mercury retrograde in Pisces is over, right? And I know we still, Mercury is going to go into Aries in the month of April. And, you know, when I think of Mercury in Aries, I think of that woman that drank a whole pot of coffee and her eyes are like really bugged out. And it says, do stupid things fast. Anyway, we still need focus when Mercury moves into Aries, right? We still need to focus in because just because Mercury, I think Mercury in Pisces does have a hard time focusing, but Mercury in Aries may just be like doing a bunch of things really fast instead of like, okay, what do I want to focus on? It stimulates the intellect and enhances mental concentration. If you're stuck on a problem, yeah, fluorite can help you come up with creative solutions. The King of Cups is very good at coming up with creative solutions when problems come up. It channels organization and structure to your ideas. Yeah, 4 of Swords. And the 4s in the tarot are all about structure. The 4 legs of a chair. They all reduce back to the number 4 in the tarot, which is the Emperor, the number 4 card. And so we talk about structure. And it's just that the King of Cups does structure in a little bit different way. It's your way. But it helps you come up with creative solutions. But fluorite can channel your ideas so that they are organized and structured so that you may develop them into a tangible reality. And your affirmation for focus is I am able to stay focused on my ideas and bring them into fruition. And again, full moon in Gemini, some of you may be rocking up in this reading with a lot of Pisces energy, a lot of Gemini energy. Eagle energy could be Scorpio energy, King of Wands, Sagittarius energy, coming through this reading with that type of energy, and getting focus around your ideas and developing structure. Definitely that with the Four of Swords, that 4 energy in the Swords cards, for sure, bringing structure to ideas and focus. I love that. We have Venus and Mars. Ooh, look at that, right? Opposites attract. And again, I talked about how the King of Wands is very sexual and Martian. And let's go. Look at that body. Look at that body. I work out. I work out. I don't know why that song just popped into my head, but the King of Wands may be like a show off, or like I work out, or, flexing that way. And the King of Cups is more of the Venusian kind of energy, like, creativity, beautiful things, harmony, diplomatic, getting along. And, the King of Wands is like, move it or lose it type of energy. So Venus and Mars are the cosmic lovers of the universe. And we do have the soulmate card coming through. And so, yeah, I do feel like, with the person laying down and then these two meeting up, there could be a lot of sexual passion and energy that's happening for you. Sorry, I'm getting over a cold, pile number 3. A lot of sexual and passionate energy that's happening for you in the month of April. And it's like, ooh, we're feeling sexy. We might as well, go for it type thing. Attraction. A lot of people like to show off when they're attracted to somebody else. Okay. And it doesn't always have to be like a sexual thing. Some people just like to show off and flex when they like someone, or they're trying to like gain a connection with them. Even in friendship, people do that too. So it's kind of this energy with Mars of showing off for Venus, and Venus being like, ooh, type thing like that. But yeah, there could definitely be a sexual reunion that's coming through, and talking about feelings or getting clarity in an important conversation regarding, past hurts, which if there are moments when feelings are hurt in the month of April, I feel like it's okay. I feel like you guys do get on the same page, and agreement is reestablished, and everything ends up being okay, is what I feel. But just recognizing you and this person are both on the same level. You both have valid things to contribute, and you both can learn from each other, is what I feel. Okay. So pile number 3, that is what I am getting for you, my friends. And I wish you a very wonderful April. Take care.